Prologue. The last broadcast. The tape begins with static, then a breath. If anyone finds this, don't follow the voice. Whatever it tells you, don't follow it. The man's voice trembles. He's panting, whispering, somewhere deep in the woods. It sounds like me now. It sounds exactly like me. Then, silence. Only the hum of the forest, the wind, and something faint in the distance. Something whispering. The date stamp reads October 14. Check 14 20 for Lausen, showed for summer toys tourism. The location tag, Black Hollow National Reserve. Chapter 1, The Expedition. 10 years later, a group of 4 friends decided to investigate. Lena, a wilderness survival YouTuber known for her realistic expeditions. Chris, her boyfriend and cameraman. Naomi, a sound engineer who specialized in nature recordings. Eli, a skeptic, and the one who found the mysterious 2012 tape online. They called the trip Echo Hunt. The idea was to locate the source of a strange legend, a forest where every sound you make comes back to you, not as an echo, but as something slightly wrong. The locals called it the forest that whispers back. Chapter 2, The Legend. The legend went like this. Deep inside Black Hollow, there's a hollow path that doesn't appear on maps. If you walk far enough, you start hearing your own voice repeating your words back to you, but slightly delayed, slightly changed. Sometimes it answers. The locals said that once you hear your own voice ask you to come closer, it's already too late. That's where the missing hikers vanished in 2012. The ones from the tape. Chapter 3, The Arrival. Lena's vlog began upbeat. 3 days, 4 people, 1 haunted forest. Let's find the truth behind Black Hollow. They hiked 5 miles in before setting up base camp near a stream. The first night was quiet, peaceful even. Only the sound of crickets and running water. But around 2:37 a.m., Naomi woke to the sound of someone talking near the trees. It sounded like Lena, laughing softly. Except Lena was asleep in her tent. When Naomi stepped outside, the woods were still. Then, Naomi, her own name, whispered back to her from the dark, in her own voice. Chapter 4, The Recordings. The next morning, Naomi checked her audio recorder. She'd left it running overnight, picking up ambient forest sounds. At 2:37 a.m., the waveform spiked. When she played it back, her voice came through clearly. Naomi, come here. Then silence. Then, faintly, over the static, another voice whispered, "You shouldn't have answered." Chapter 5, The Echo Path. On the second day, they followed an old ranger's map toward what locals called the Hollow Trail. It wasn't marked, just a narrow, winding path between 2 massive birch trees. The air grew colder. Even birds stopped singing. Naomi started hearing it again. Every time she spoke, she'd hear her words come back, not from behind, but from ahead. Are you hearing this? Are you hearing this? But the returning voice didn't sound exactly right. It had a rasp, a breath between the syllables, as if someone were repeating her words through their teeth. Chapter 6. The Cabin. By late afternoon, fog rolled in thick and sudden. Visibility dropped to a few meters. Then, through the mist, they saw it. An old ranger's cabin, half collapsed and covered in moss. Inside, they found signs of habitation. Old food cans, a typewriter, notebooks. The last entry in one of them read, "The forest speaks. I've seen the mouths on the trees. Don't follow your voice. It's not you anymore." Eli laughed it off. Urban legends. Probably some ranger losing it. But when Chris panned his camera toward the wall, he froze, scratched into the wood in dozens of overlapping lines. Don't follow yourself. Chapter 7. The Night Screams. That night, the forest woke up. Around midnight, they heard rustling outside. Lena grabbed her flashlight. Nothing. But Naomi's recorder picked up everything. A man's distant scream, then laughter, then silence. She played it back the next morning and realized the scream was Eli's voice. But Eli had been right next to her the entire time. When she told him, he just stared. Then who screamed first? Chapter 8. The Hollow Faces. The fog didn't lift the next day. They decided to turn back, but every path they took circled back to the cabin. Lena checked her GPS. It spun endlessly, unable to find north. That's when they saw them, shapes in the mist, human-like silhouettes, standing perfectly still among the trees. When Lena shone her flashlight on one, it vanished. Only bark and roots remained. But for a moment, the bark had looked like skin, stretched tight over something breathing. Chapter 9. The second tape. Inside a drawer, Naomi found another tape, labeled Day 5. Stay quiet. They played it on her field recorder. At first, it was just footsteps and breathing. Then a man whispered, "Don't respond. It copies you." Then, another voice, identical to his own. "Don't respond. It copies you." Followed by static, and then the unmistakable sound of a camera dropping into dirt, and a chorus of whispers repeating his every breath. Chapter 10. The Disappearance. That night, Eli vanished. His tent was empty, his boots gone. Only his camera remained, its red light still blinking. The footage showed him walking into the fog, flashlight trembling. He kept whispering, "It's calling my name. It sounds like you guys." At the last frame, he turned the camera toward his face. Behind him, another Eli, identical, smiling faintly. Then the feed cut. Chapter 11. The Wood Shift. By morning, everything changed. The stream was gone. The cabin door now opened to a hallway of trees, and the sunlight never broke through the fog. Naomi panicked. She swore she heard Eli's voice calling from nearby. "Naomi, come on, I found the road." She ran toward it. Chris grabbed her. "That's not him," she screamed. "It is. He needs help." And then, silence. The forest swallowed her sound. Chapter 12. The Tree. Hours later, Lena found her, standing motionless against a tree trunk. Her skin was pale gray, her eyes glassy. When Lena touched her shoulder, her head turned. Slowly, too slowly, Naomi's mouth opened, but her voice came out delayed, half a second behind her lips. Don't let it talk. Then she fell forward, mouth open. Her throat was full of fine white roots. Chapter 13. The whispers grow louder. Lena and Chris fled through the forest. The whispers followed them. Soft at first, then multiplying. Every tree they passed seemed to breathe. Chris shouted, "We have to keep moving." His voice echoed back instantly. "We have to keep moving. We have to keep moving." Dozens of voices, all his own. Then one whisper rose above the rest. Not his. "Stop running." Chapter 14. The Return. They stumbled into a clearing. In the middle stood an old, rusted radio tower, half collapsed. The same tower from the 2012 disappearance report. Static hissed from a broken speaker near its base. Then a voice. Eli's. "Lena, don't move. It's right behind you." She froze. Chris swung his flashlight around. Nothing. Then the voice continued. "Chris, you too." Chris turned toward the speaker. "How do you know my name?" "Because I'm you." The tower went dark. Chapter 15. The Mouth in the Tree. Lena and Chris found a new path leading downhill. Or so they thought. It led them to a clearing filled with hundreds of tree trunks, each with a hollow knot near the base. Naomi's voice whispered from one, Eli's from another, then Chris's. Each hollow pulsed slightly like lungs. When Lena leaned closer, she saw. They weren't knots, they were mouths. And they were mouthing her words before she spoke them. Chapter 16. The Imitation. That night, Chris began to change. He stopped responding to her, just staring into the trees. When she shook him, his head turned mechanically. "We should stay. Chris, we need to leave. We should stay." His voice was slightly distorted, an echo beneath his words. She stepped back. He smiled. "You can join us, Lena. You already sound like me." Chapter 17. The Last Recording. Her final footage, found later by rescuers, begins with heavy breathing. She's alone, whispering into the camera. They took him. They all talk in his voice now. Every sound, every whisper, it's him. Branches snap in the distance. I can hear them calling. They keep saying I'm home. The camera trembles as she walks toward the trees. Whispers overlap, hundreds of them. Her voice repeats every sentence one beat behind her. Then another Lena steps out from the fog, identical, smiling. "I told you not to follow yourself." The screen cuts to black. Epilogue. The forest still speaks. Rescue teams found only the cameras. No bodies, no footprints. But Naomi's recorder, still running, captured something chilling. At exactly 3:17 a.m., a single whisper. We're still here. Then faint laughter from 4 different voices, all the same.